I'd like to hand over this to our host for today, Mrs. Abhida. I hope you are here. Just a second. Miss Abhida will join us soon. And if you have any queries, you can write it on the chat box, and our team will contact you.
Yes, we have the Telegram group. Smriti will share the details, the link of the Telegram group with you all. We have
Ma'am,
a Telegram.
Mrs. Abhida, you can take over and start the session.
Ma'am,
Am I audible?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. You can take over.
Yeah, fine. Hello, everyone. Myself, Abida. I'm a quant trainer. Today, we are going to discuss regarding the triangles, the first session of the quant class today. So this is regarding triangles. So basically, before going clearly about the triangle, before knowing about that, let's discuss something about the angles. So anybody in the class, whoever are present over there, please reply to my questions, whatever I'm going to ask right now. The first thing, am I audible to everybody? Yeah, fine. Right. So what does it mean by angles? So basic question. What is an angle? What does it mean by angles? Yes, exactly. Exactly. So basically, in simple language, if we try to talk about the angles, it's nothing but if there are any two straight lines meeting at one point, the point of intersection that may create an angle, right? So types of angles. So basically, there are many types of angles, right? Acute, obtuse, right angle, straight angle, reflex angle. Okay, angle of full
excuse me,
rotation.
ma'am.
Yes.
Your video is not visible.
Yeah, fine. I hope I'm visible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible. And if you're sharing your screen, that is also not visible right now if you're sharing.
Yeah, I have not yet started the screen share. I'll just do it. Yes. Right. I hope my screen is visible to everybody. So
Yes, ma'am.
basically,
Yes,
we are discussing regarding the angles, right? So I was here talking regarding the types of angles. So the types of angles are different types of angles are there. Acute angle, okay, obtuse angle, right angle, straight angle, reflex angle. Okay, so these are some types of angles. What is acute? What is obtuse? What is right angle, straight angle, and reflex angle? So the basic thing, so basic stuff, it is very important to know about the acute angle. So acute angle is nothing but the angle which lie in between 0 and 90 degrees. 0 degrees, 0 and 90 degrees. So that we call it as an acute angle, the angle which lie between 0 and 90 degrees, right? Or simply we can say that which is less than 90 degrees. Obtuse greater than 90 degrees. Right angle equals to 90 degrees. Okay, straight angle. Okay, the angle which is on the straight line, which gives you 180 degrees. Reflex angle, which is greater than 180. Okay, which is greater than 180 and less than 360 degrees. So these are the various types of angles. Now, if we talk about the angles here, if there are two parallel lines drawn, let us say I'm drawing two parallel lines here. Okay, if there are two parallel lines, if there is a line which is cutting these two parallel lines in this way, so what is this line called? So it's nothing but it's a transversal line, right? So the transversal line is cutting two parallel lines in this manner. So some angles are formed over here. We can see that some basic angles are formed over here. So I'm just making a pattern like this for these angles. So if you observe this cleanly, I have drawn one big angle and one small angle. So angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, and angle 8. The simple thing to remember the angles concept. So basically, if we see this figure, there are many types of angles called corresponding angles, adjacent angles, interior angles, exterior angles, vertically opposite angles, right? So these type of angles, many type of angles are present over here. But basic stuff, only a basic simple statement, I'll just tell you, note it down please. So that's nothing but all big angles are equal. All small angles are equal. And if you take the sum of any big angle and sum of any big angle plus any small angle, this will be this will be equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so this is a simple thing, simple technique what will help you to solve the questions regarding the angles pattern over here, right? So it's nothing but all big angles are equal, all small angles are equal. If we sum up any big angle and small angle, it will be equals to 180 degrees. Now moving on to the types of angles here, corresponding angle is the first type. So corresponding angle is nothing but the angle which is formed here. So if you see that, what are the corresponding angles? Can anybody tell me here what are the corresponding angles? The angle 1 and angle 5, right? Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding to each other. So I can say that angle 1 is equals to angle 5. If the length of angle 1 is 40 degrees, then the length of angle 5 will also be 40 degrees. Okay, this is the meaning of this corresponding angles. So corresponding angles we are done with. So next thing, if it is adjacent, adjacent angles. What is adjacent angles? So if you see the adjacent angles, the angles which are formed side by side, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent to each other. Angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent to each other. As with the small technique here, whatever I have told you, the sum of any big angle and small angles will be equals to 180 degrees. So adjacent angles, the sum will be always equals to 180 degrees. So angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equals to 180 degrees. Okay, in this way we have interior angles. Interior angles in the sense the angles which formed inside the interior region. Exterior angles, so I'm just writing over here, interior angles, the angles formed inside the interior region of the parallel lines. Exterior angles, angles formed outside the region of the parallel lines. Vertically opposite angles, okay, vertically opposite angles, you can see that the angles are vertically opposite to each other. Angle 2, angle 4, angle 1, angle 3 are vertically opposite angles. Okay, in this way there are certain basic stuff you should know. Corresponding angles are equal, adjacent angles will give you the sum of 180 degrees, and complementary supplementary angles are also there. Can anybody tell me what is a complementary angle? Complementary angle, what is a complementary angle? What is the sum of this in this complementary angle? The sum of, yes, anybody? Yeah, the sum of all angles in this complementary angle will be equals to 90 degrees. And if it is supplementary angle, the sum of angles here in supplementary angle will be equals to 180 degrees. Okay, right. So I'll wait a minute. I'll share a simple presentation with you guys. Please let me know whether it is visible or not. Yeah. So you can see here. So these are the things whatever we have discussed previously. Okay. So this is a simple presentation. So you can see here a picture, right? A figure given here. There are two lines cut with a transversal line. So if the two lines are parallel to each other, then the corresponding sides, corresponding angles are equal. Angle 1 and angle 5 are equal. Angle 3 and angle 6 are equal because these angles are corresponding angles, right? Corresponding angles are equal. Now, there is a question on the screen, guys. So you can see the question here, assuming the lines being parallel, find the value of x and y. So we need to find the value of x and we need to find the value of y. Can anybody tell me what will be the value of x here? What will be the value of x and what will be the value of y? Yes. If the concept is clear, then please let me know. If not, I can repeat the concept once again. If anybody is not clear with the concept, please let me know. I hope I am audible to everybody, right? Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So here it is 74 degrees. So this angle given as 74, then angle B will become what? 180 angle and exterior angle will be equal to 180 degrees. So interior angle and exterior angle equals to 180 degrees. 74 plus y.
Excuse me, ma'am. Your voice is lagging. We are unable to hear you.
So corresponding angles are equal. So corresponding angles
Ma'am, you are inaudible. No, ma'am, we are still unable to hear you.
Give me a minute. I'm trying to fix it.
I'm sure ma'am has some connectivity issues and she'll join us soon. In case of any queries, just write it in the chat box. Thank you.
I'm sorry for the disturbance. Actually, a little internet issue from my side. I'm very sorry for that.
No worries, ma'am.
I hope it's audible, right? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. So I think I get the first question here. Okay. So we were discussing that. Let me open the page once again. Yeah. So go through the next question, question number 2. So actually here the answer for this will be x is 74 and y will be interior angle and exterior angle. We are going to sum up, right? Summing up the two angles will be equals to 180 degrees. So if you sum up the angles, we'll get the angle which is not given here. 74 plus y is equals to 180. So value of y will be 106. Someone have answered that in the chat box. Okay. Please give me the answer for the second one. Yeah. Same concept here. What's the answer for the second one? Anyone, please? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Yes. Is my screen visible? If it is visible, then you can see the second question on the screen. So what will be the answer for this? So assuming the lines being parallel, find the values of x and y. So we need to find the value of x and y here. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. So what will be the value of x and what will be the value of y? Yes. Waiting. Okay. So that's as your part of your practice work. Let's move on the properties. Yeah, someone given me the answer here. Exactly. Okay. So let's move on to the properties of the triangle. So second concept here will be the properties of triangle. So you can see this on the screen. So basic properties of a triangle. The first thing of the triangle, it's nothing but the sum of all angles in a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. That is a common thing. We all know that, right? So basic thing about the triangle, if we talk about the properties of a triangle, the sum of all angles in a triangle will be equals to 180 degrees. And if we talk about the types of triangles, how many types of triangle and all. So we have done with the angles part and moving on to the next part here, that is triangles. So angles we are done with. So this is the next session, next concept what we have meant here to be for this class. It is triangles, right? So sides, triangles are differentiated in two ways, based on sides and based on angles. So if you talk about the sides, equilateral triangle, all sides and all angles are equal. Isosceles triangle, two sides and two angles are equal. And scale triangle, no side is equal, right? No side is equal here in the scale triangle. If you talk about the angles, triangles based on angles, acute triangle, right triangle, and obtuse triangle. So acute triangle is nothing but the angles here will be greater than 90 degrees. Right triangle will be equals to 90 degrees. and obtuse triangle has one angle which is greater than 90 degrees. So these are the basic stuff regarding the triangles. So if you go clearly regarding the properties of the triangle, let me explain the properties of triangle. Right. Okay. So basic thing of the triangles here, we all know that sum of all angles, sum of all interior angles will be equals to 90 degrees in a triangle. That is, if you take a triangle ABC, A plus angle B plus angle C will be equals to, I'm sorry, 180 degrees. Sum of all angles in a triangle will be equals to 180 degrees. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C will be equals to 180 degrees. That is the first property. And if you see the second property of the triangle, that is exterior angle. Exterior angle of a triangle will be equals to sum of opposite interior angles. For example, consider this triangle here. Let it be the triangle A, B, and C. So if you want, let us see this C is an exterior angle. So angle C will be equals to sum of opposite interior angles. That is angle A plus angle B. Okay. Moving on to the next property of the triangle here, the third property of the triangle. So angle will be always directly proportionate to angle which is opposite to it. Angle is directly proportionate to angle opposite to it. That means whenever in the triangle, greater the angle, larger the side opposite to it. Smaller the angle, smaller the side opposite to it. That's nothing but wherever the angle is increasing, the side opposite to it will also be increases. If the angle is decreasing, the side opposite to it also decreases. Okay. So this is the next property, that is angle is directly proportionate to side opposite to it. Directly proportionate to side opposite to it. Directly proportionate in the sense, if one variable is increasing, another variable also increases. If one variable is decreasing, another variable also decreases. So as of now here, angle and sides are being compared. If angle is increased, then side also increases. Angle is decreased, then side also decreases. So angle and side are directly proportionate to each other. Now the next thing here is always whenever two sides of a triangle are given and we need to find out the third side of a triangle. So whenever there is a third side to be found out, the side, each side of a triangle will be always greater than the difference, of other two sides, and sum of, and less than the sum of other two sides, and less than the sum. If we consider a triangle here, for example, I'm just drawing a simple triangle. Let us consider a triangle A, B, and C. Okay. If the lengths of if in this triangle, for example, let us say we need to find out the lengths. Two lengths are given, one length is not given. How to consider the length which is missing over here? The third length will be always in between the range here. Whatever I have written here, that means the range is the third side will be always in between the difference and sum of other two sides. I hope you understood. That means the third side will be always in between the difference and sum of other two sides. For example, if A is missing, so A can be taken as the difference of other two sides and sum of other two sides. Whatever the value we are getting, that will be in between that range. For example, let us say there are two numbers given, 4 and 7. What are the possible values of the third side to become? What will be the third side? What are the possible things to become the third side? So it will be in between 4 minus 7 modulus. You know what does it mean by modulus? It will not give you, it will not reflect the negative value. So modulus is nothing but consider the positive one here. So it will be 3. And another one is 4 plus 7. 4 plus 7 is 10. Right? So the value of the other side will be always in between 3 and 7. It may be anything. Okay, so this is another one. Moving on to the next property of the triangle here. So these are the basic important properties you should know. And basic thing regarding the area, we all know that area of the triangle is half BH, and perimeter of the triangle is nothing but sum of all sides. So perimeter of the triangle is nothing but sum of all sides. So whatever the triangle is, sum of all sides. So we know that there are different types of triangles, right? As I told you before. So equilateral triangle, all sides and all angles are equal. Each angle in an equilateral triangle will be equals to, each angle will be equals to 60 degrees. I'm sorry. Each angle in an equilateral triangle will be equals to 60 degrees. So if we talk about the area of this equilateral triangle, so there is a formula for area of equilateral triangle, root 3 by 4 a square, and height of equilateral triangle, formula for height is root 3 by 2a. And talking about the perimeter of equilateral triangle, as I told you, perimeter is nothing but sum of all sides. Equilateral triangle have all sides equal. Let us consider each side length as a, then perimeter will be 3a. This is the thing about the equilateral triangle. Now talking about the isosceles triangle. So I'll just take a fresh page. Isosceles triangle. Okay, so isosceles triangle is nothing but the triangle which has two sides and two angles are equal. So a simple example, let us go through this. So this is an isosceles triangle. Two sides are equal. Okay, and two angles also will be equal. If we talk about the area, so basic thing about is area. So area formula, we know that it is half BH. It is common for each and every triangle. But if we talk about the area of isosceles triangle, so it can be taken directly. We can take it as 1 by 4 b root 4a square minus b square. And talking about the height of isosceles triangle, it is root of a square minus b square by 4. And perimeter of equilateral isosceles triangle, sorry, a perimeter of isosceles triangle is 2a plus b, as two sides are equal. I'm considering these two sides as a and this side as b, right? So perimeter will be 2a plus b. So this is all the important things regarding the isosceles triangle. Next thing is regarding the scalene triangle. So scalene triangle is nothing but the triangle which has no side as equal. So scalene triangle has no side equal. So to talk about the area of the scalene triangle, so area of the scalene triangle is equals to the root of s into s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. So what is s here? S is nothing but a semi-perimeter, a plus b plus c by 2. So this is Heron's formula, right? Heron's formula. Height. If we talk about the height of the isosceles triangle, height is nothing but 2 root s of s minus a, s minus b, s minus c completely divided by b. Okay, so here a, b and c are the lengths of sides. ABC are the length of sides of a triangle. Okay, and next thing, S is nothing but semi-perimeter as discussed before. S is equals to A plus B plus C by 2. So this is about the height of the scalene triangle. Okay, next perimeter. A perimeter of any triangle here, scalene triangle, are all the sides are different. So that's nothing but A plus B plus C. This is all the stuff regarding the triangles. Now, next thing is regarding the right angle triangle, triangles based on angles, right? I have told you there are three types of triangles based on angles. So right angle, let's discuss about right angle triangle. So right angle triangle is nothing but the triangle which has one angle is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, so this right angle triangle we have a formula, we have a theorem which is applicable for this right angle triangle, that is Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem always says the hypotenuse of a triangle, of a right angle triangle will be, the square of hypotenuse will be equals to sum of square of other two sides. Okay, right. Next, if there is a triangle, isosceles triangle, let us say there is an isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle gives you two sides are equal and one side is not similar. If you cut this isosceles triangle into half, I'm just cutting this isosceles triangle into half. So let us say this half, in the sense it gives you the 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here, right? So 90 and 90. What will be the other two sides? Basically, other two sides in a triangle, it will be sum up to 180 degrees. So other two sides should be same. As it is an isosceles triangle, if you take one triangle, one isosceles triangle apart here, so if you see it is 90 degrees, one angle is 90, another angle will be 45, and this also will be 45, 90, 45 and 45. There is a special triangle called 45, 45 and 90 degrees. 45, 45, 90 degrees is a special triangle which has a ratio of 1 is to root 2. So 45, 45, 90 triangle has a ratio, common ratio here, which is 1 is to root 2. This is the ratio of the sides of this triangle. So where to mention these ratios? Many students will be having a doubt where to mention the ratios. So if it is 90 degrees here, what is the value of 90 degrees? It is root 2. So always write root 2 here, 1 here and 1 here, right? So these are the values of this triangle, ratios. Next, if the triangle is equilateral triangle, I'm just drawing a example figure. So let us consider this as an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle always 60, 60 and 60. Each side, each angle will be of 60 degrees. If you cut this equilateral triangle into half, as I'm showing here, so again we can see one what is this right angle form, that is 30, 60 and 90. So this 60 divides into 30 and 30. This will be 90. So 30, 60, 90 is a special triangle here again. 90, 60 and 30 degrees. So 30, 60, 90 triangle. So for this 30, 60 and 90, there is a ratio of sides 1 is to root 3 is to 2. The sides will be in the ratio of 1 is to root 3 is to 2. This is very important concept in the triangles. Many questions in GRE can be asked with this concept, and it's very important to know the ratios of the sides of a triangles. So these are the two special triangles whatever discussed before. One is isosceles triangle and another one is equilateral. We can say it as half isosceles or half equilateral, that is 45, 45, 90 and 30, 60, 90. 45, 45, 90 degrees triangle have the ratio of the sides will be 1 is to root 2, and 30, 60, 90 triangle ratio of the sides will be in the ratio of 1 is to root 3 is to 2. Okay, I hope I have done with all the concepts of this special triangles, and I am presenting you the screen here which have some questions. Please go through the questions and give me the answer for that. Right. There are 3 questions on the screen. You can see that. Okay. What are the properties we have discussed right now? All the questions are related to that. Yes. What's the answer for the first question? So you can see that there is a triangle given over there. Okay. So there is a triangle. We need to find out the value of x. What is the value of x? By seeing the figure, we can clearly say that this line, whatever the line given, the small line, it's showing that it's an isosceles triangle. Two sides are equal. So if two sides are equal, basically, then two angles also will be equal, right? If two sides are equal, then two angles also will be equal. So if one angle is 50, another angle also will be 50. So if one angle is 50, and another angle is 50, then what is the missing angle? Sum of all angles is 180 degrees. What will be the missing angle? Exactly. Exactly. What's the answer for the second one? It's 80. What's the angle? What's the answer for the second one? DFG is a straight line. What is the value of x? So we need to find out the value of x here. Yes. What is the value of x? So I have given you a property of the triangles. While explaining the properties of the triangle, I have told you the property of exterior angle property. So what is that exterior angle property? Exterior angle will be always equals to sum of two interior angles. So here exterior angle is given as 120 and two interior angles are there, which is 100 and x. Always we can say that 100 plus x is equals to 120. Then the missing angle here will be 20. Okay, so exterior angle property is sum of interior angle, opposite interior angles. Exterior angle will be equals to sum of opposite interior angles. So interior angles is 100 and x we have to find out, right? It will be 20. So 120 equals to 120. Next, question number 3. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Whatever the triangle given here, we are asked to find out the perimeter of the triangle. Yes. So to find out the perimeter of the triangle, we need to find out the length which is missing over there, right? BC length is missing over there. So first of all, find out the BC length. Then go through the perimeter of the triangle. If you see that, so one angle is 75, one angle is 30 given, and see, yeah, let me see the chart box. Okay. You need me, you want me to zoom it? Right. Yeah. I hope it's clear now. Okay. Okay, 30, 75. So sum of all angles here in a triangle will be 180 degrees. So another angle, missing angle will be 75. You can see that it's an isosceles triangle. As it is an isosceles triangle, the angle is 4 here. The length of AB is 4, then BC also will be 4, right? So 4 plus 4 plus 3. That will be the answer for that. Okay, moving on to the next slide. As we have discussed regarding the third side of the triangle, how to find out the side of a triangle. If two sides are given, how to find out the third side? So always the third side of a triangle will be in between the range of the difference and the sum. It will be always greater than the difference and less than the sum. The third side will be always in between the greater than the difference of other two sides and less than the sum of other two sides. Now you can see some questions on the screen. Okay, so first question, it's asked that which of the following triplets can be the third side of a triangle, the three sides of a triangle. So what are the possible triangles are possible for this? You have to check for one thing. So first we can see that 3, 4 and 5. 3, 4 and 5 are the sides that the triangle can be formed with that or not. So how can we say that whether the triangle can be formed with that? Add up the two sides. So 3 plus 4, 7, right? So again, difference of the sides 1. So difference is 1. I mean, the third side should be always in the range of 1 and 7. So it is 5. So first one is correct. So 3, 4 and 5. We can, the triangle is possible. We can draw a triangle with this 3, 4 and 5 lengths. Okay, in this. Okay. Okay. So multiple answers are there here. Not only one answer correct, there are multiple answers correct. You can check. You can check for the another one. So 10 plus 12. So 10 plus 12 is 22. 10 minus 12 is 2, right? 2 and 22. The range of the third side should be 18. So multiple answers are there except one option, that is I think it's option 14, 20 and 36. 14, 20 and 36 will not give you the range. Rest of the options are correct. Okay, next. An isosceles triangle has two sides, 4 and 6. What is the least possible perimeter of the triangle? Isosceles triangle has two sides, 4 and 6. What is the least possible perimeter of the triangle? This is your next question. So we need to find out the least possible perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter is nothing but sum of all sides. We know that, right? So sum of two sides should be less than the third side. Sum of two sides should be less than the third side by using this concept. If you see that, let us say there are sides 4, sides given 4. We don't know the other side, 4, 6 and x. We don't know the other side. So sum of two sides should be less than the third side. Sum of two sides should be always less than the third side. I mean greater than the third side. So third side greater than the third side, which is 6. So what will be the x value here? X will be always greater than 2. Okay, x will be greater than 2. If x is less than 4 plus 6, then what will be the x here? X will be greater than less than 10. That means the third side will be in the range of 2 and 10. Okay, the third side will be in the range of 2 and 10. If you see that, what will be the least possible perimeter when the triangle is isosceles? So what are the values here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the possible values. These are the possible values to become the third side. But according to the question, he says it's an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle sides are equal. Okay. Yeah. I have given you the hint and I'm looking for the answer. Anybody? Yeah. Okay. As it is an isosceles triangle, one side length should be same. So 3 plus 4 plus 4. So one side is 4. It may be 3 plus 4 plus 4, or it may be 3 plus 6 plus 6, or it may be 3 plus 3 plus 6. It may be anything among these three, but as the question says, it is least. So this gives you 12. This gives you 12 plus 3, 15. And this gives you 8, 11. So obviously the answer will be 11. Data whatever given in the question is 11. Okay. Right. Next. And stop this. Yes. Moving on to the next slide here. The areas of a triangle, whatever I discussed before. So we know that the area of a triangle is half BH, and whatever the areas of the scale and triangle, everything is on the screen. I have given you the basic stuff before, and we'll see some questions based on this. So what is the area of a triangle DEF? Here there is a triangle on the screen. I hope the screen and question is visible clearly. I have zoomed it as well. So what is the area of the triangle DEF? Waiting for your answer, guys. What is the area of the triangle DF? Yes. Half BH, base into height. Always the height of the triangle can be measured by the perpendicular drop from the top of the tip of the triangle to the bottom. So this will be the height of the triangle, right? So area of the triangle formula is half BH. So half base is 8, height is 6. Half base into height. So half base into height, that will be 8 into 6. So I can do it here. So 8 into 6, half base into height. So that is half into 8 into 6. 2 ones to 4. So what is 4 into 6? 32. Is there any calculation mistake I have done? I'm sorry. 24. 24. 24 will be the answer for this. Okay. Right. Next, second one. If you see the triangle here, he is asking you to find out what is the area of the right angle triangle ABC. So to find out the area of right angle triangle ABC, I have told you for the right angle triangle, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So by applying the Pythagoras theorem, we can find out the length of the missing side. By finding out the length of the missing side, we can find out the area of the triangle ABC. So area is nothing but half BH. They always in this right angle triangle, this length is an hypotenuse, this is base, and this will be the height. And these two sides combinedly called as legs of a right angle triangle, and this is a hypotenuse. So this one will be the height always. So this length, the length of this value is considered as height, and this value is considered as base. So area of a right angle triangle given whatever given here, it will be half base into height. So finding out this length, can anybody tell me what is the length here? What is the length of AB? Apply Pythagoras theorem and find the length of AB. Giving you some time to calculate. Please make your calculations faster. Right, exactly. Now what will be the area? Final answer. So length is 5, correct? So final answer is 30. Good. Good. Okay. So we'll move on to the another question here. Larger the side, larger the angle, larger the side opposite to it. That means angle and side are directly proportionate to each other. These questions are based on that concept. You can see two questions. I'll just zoom it out. Give me a minute. Yeah. I zoom it's yes. What's the answer for the first one? So it's a quantity comparison question. Two quantities are given. So for this type of questions, you'll be having 4 constant options. So option A, quantity A greater, option B, quantity B greater, option C, both are equal, and option D cannot be determined. So these are the 4 common options for this quantity comparison questions will be there. So as of now, options are not given, but you have to give me the answer in A, B, C, or D. Okay, A, B, C, or D. I'll repeat the options once again. Option A is quantity A greater, option B is quantity B greater, option C both are equal, and option D will be cannot be determined. So as the figure is on the screen, give me the answer for this. Okay. Larger the angle, larger the side opposite to it, smaller the angle, smaller the side opposite to it. Here there is a condition given, which is x is greater than z. So x is greater than z and z is greater than 60 degrees. So z is greater than 60 degrees. If you see that only as an assumption, if I assume if this triangle is equilateral triangle, each and every angle is 60, 60 and 60. But z value is more than 60 degrees, I cannot assume it as an equilateral triangle. It is not all angles are equal. So it is something greater than 60, anything it may be. So if z is 60, then obviously what will be the x value? Will it be x? What will be the x? X also should be greater than 60, right? X also should be greater than 60. Then what will be the y? What will be the y? Y will be, we can frame an equation like this: y is less than, z is less than x. Okay, by this condition we can say that which one is greater or which one is smaller. Okay, so as I told you, option A is for quantity A greater, option B is for B greater, and option C is for both are equal and cannot determine. So as of now, the question says it's B greater. For this question, option B is greater. Move on to the second question here. What's the answer for that? There are two quantities as usually given, and what are the lengths? We need to find out the side length of AC and side length of DC. We need not to find out the lengths here. We have to assume whether it is comparatively which one is greater or equal or whatever it may be. But we need not to find out the actual length. What is the length and all. Okay. Longer the angle, longer the side opposite to it. Larger the angle. 37 is smaller than 45. So if you see this 45 opposite to it, AC will be greater here. Okay, and BC will be smaller. AC will be greater and BC will be smaller. How? According to the property of the triangle, there is one property, that is angles and sides are directly proportional to each other. If one is increasing, that means if angle is increasing, then side opposite to it will also increases. Larger the side angle, larger the side. Smaller the angle, smaller the side opposite to it. Okay. Now next concept here is regarding the similar triangles. So last concept in this triangles is regarding similar triangles. If by seeing the shape of the triangle we cannot decide the triangles are similar to each other, there are some things we should know about the similar triangles here. So angle property. So angle property, in this we have to see whether the both angles are equal in the both the triangles. Side angle side. So if the sides are equal, then the angle then it will be like in ratio, right? Side and side. So we have to see about the sides. All the sides are similar, then we can see that both the triangles given are similar to each other. If both the triangles are similar to each other, then the sides will be in the ratio. The corresponding sides will be always in the ratio. So for this similar triangles, you should know something, one important concept here. The ratio of the similar triangles, I mean the ratio, the sides, the corresponding sides will be always in ratio. I'll just explain here in paint. So let us say there is a triangle. There are two triangles. Triangle A, B, C, and another triangle is triangle PQR. PQR. There are two triangles given here. So there are three properties as discussed: angle property, angle, side, side. So according to this, all I think everybody know about all these properties because it is a basic stuff. The one important thing you should know here is the ratio will be the side will be in ratio. The corresponding sides will be always in the ratio. That is, AB will be divided by PR. Ratio is nothing but AB is to PR. So AB can be divided by PR is equals to BC by RQ is equals to AC by PQ. Okay. So here the sides, corresponding sides will be in ratio. Okay. The next thing you should know that the perimeter also will be in ratio. The corresponding heights also will be in ratio. But area, only the thing here you should know, area of similar triangles will be in ratio of A square is to B square. Area of similar triangles will be in the ratio of A square is to B square. I don't know what's happening to this. Yeah. Okay, so A square is to B square. So this is about the area. So there are some basic questions on the screen. We'll just discuss the questions for 2 minutes, 2 more minutes, we'll close the class. So first question. So there is a question on the screen. First question. There is a figure given. If the line segment with length x is parallel to the line segment with the length 11, what is the value of x? So corresponding sides, we can see that. So there are two sides, x and 11. So by seeing this, we have to figure out whether the triangle is similar or not. By seeing this figure, we can figure out that it is a similar triangle. Okay, so ratios of sides of two triangles is same, then the pair of corresponding sides will be in ratio. The pair of corresponding sides will be in ratio. That is x by 11 is equals to, I'll just do it here. X by 11 will be equals to another sides 2 by 2 plus 8. I'll just show you how it is 2 plus 8. I'll copy the, better to copy it. Not getting, you can see here only. So 2 plus 8, you can see one big triangle and one small triangle which is inscribed in the big triangle. So if you see the big triangle, the length of this big triangle, the side of this will be 8 plus 2, right? So that's the reason we have taken it as 8 plus 2. So finding the missing value is very easy. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10x is equals to 22. Then the value of x will be 22 by 10. So dividing it by 2, it will be 11 by 5. So 11 by 5 is nothing but 5.5. Okay. So this is about the similar triangles. So there are some more questions. We will share you the handout with you once the class is done. You can go through the handout and you can practice the questions. Okay. So there are a few more questions. As we are running out of time, we cannot complete it in this session. Okay. Okay, then I'm done with the session today. Surely we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Also,
If anyone has any doubt, please let us know in the chat box or you can contact our team. Thank you. You all may please leave the class. IELTS classes is from 7:30 to 8:30 onwards, Monday to Friday.